How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the LAIR. And today we're going to be doing some more historic best of one. I call this one Ondu Devastation, but before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, I just want to say please like and subscribe. It's free to you and helps us out so much. Also, feel free to drop me a comment, talk about strategy, deck ideas, misplays. I read the comments daily. And if you have any friends or family that are into Magic, please share the channel with them. One last thing I'd like to say for all my new followers or subscribers on either YouTube or Twitch. Once you subscribe or follow, just hit me up in the chat or the comment. Say something like, hey, I just subscribed or whatever. And I can respond to you with an in-game code that you can use in Arena to unlock a mystery gift from Wizards. So very excited to be able to start offering that. Other than that, thanks for watching. So let's hop into it here. Onto our 1-drops. We had the full play set of Llanowar Elves. He's a 1/1. We could tap him for 1 green mana. Onto the 2-drops are the full play set of Lotus Cobra. It's a 2/1 with landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, we add 1 mana of any color. 1 copy of Finale of Devastation. At sorcery speed, search your library and or graveyard for a creature card with converted mana cost X or less and put it onto the battlefield. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. If X is 10 or more, creatures you control get plus X and gain haste until the end of turn. Onto the 3-drops, we have 3 copies of Llanowar Visionary. He's a 2/2, and when he enters the battlefield, we draw a card, and we can tap him for 1 green mana. We have 3 copies of Scute Swarm. It's a 1/1. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, we create a 1/1 green insect creature token. And if you control 6 or more lands, create a token that's a copy of Scute Swarm instead. Onto the 4-drops, we have the full play set of Luminous Broodmoth. It's a 3/4 with flying, and it says whenever a creature you control without flying dies, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a flying counter on it. 1 copy of Oracle of Mul Daya. She's a 2/2, and her static abilities say you may play an additional land on each of your turns. Play with the top card of your library revealed. You may play lands from the top of your library. And we have 1 copy of Vizier of the Menagerie. He's a 3/4. His static ability says you may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast creature spells from the top of your library. And you may spend mana as though it were mana of any type to cast creature spells. A little bit of fixing there. On to the 5-drops. We have 3 copies of Elspeth Conquers Death. This is a enchantment saga. The first chapter says exile target permanent an opponent controls with converted mana cost 3 or greater. The second chapter says non-creature spells your opponent's cast cost 2 more to cast until your next turn. And then the final chapter says return target creature or planeswalker card from your graveyard to the battlefield and put a +1/+1 counter or a loyalty counter on it. 1 copy of Majestic Myriarch. His power and toughness are each equal to twice the number of creatures you control, and at the beginning of each combat, Majestic Myriarch gains flying until the end of turn if you control a creature with flying. And the same is true for First Strike, Double Strike, Death Touch, Haste, Hexproof, Indestructible, Lifelink, Menace, Reach, Trample, and Vigilance. I have 1 copy of Ashaya, Soul of the Wild. Ashaya, Soul of the Wild's power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control, and her other static ability says non-token creatures you control are forest lands in addition to their other types. They're still affected by summoning sickness. And we have 3 copies of Elder Gargaroth. He's a 6/6 with Vigilance, Reach, Trample, and whenever he attacks or blocks, we get to choose one, either create a 3/3 green beast creature token, we gain 3 life, or draw a card. I have 3 copies of Vivien Reid. She comes in at 5 loyalty. Her +1 ability says look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature or land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Her -3 says destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. And then her -8, you get an emblem with creatures you control, get +2/+2, have vigilance, trample, and indestructible. And then finally we have at the top end 1 copy of End-Raze Forerunners. It's 7/7 with vigilance, trample, and haste. And when End-Raze Forerunners enters the battlefield, other creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain Vigilance and Trample until the end of turn. And then on to the lands. We're running 5 plains, 6 forests, 4 Sunpetal Groves, 4 Temple Gardens, 3 Fabled Passage, 2 Kabira Plateau or Kabira Takedown. We can either have it come into play as a land tapped, and we can tap it for 1 white source, or Kabira Takedown is instant speed. It deals damage equal to target creature. To target creature or planeswalker to the number or amount of creatures you control. I have 1 Turntimber Serpentine Wood or Turntimber Symbiosis. We can either have it enter the battlefield tapped or pay 3 life, and it creates a green source of mana. Or the sorcery side, look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield. If that creature has converted mana cost 3 or less, it enters the battlefield with 3 additional 1/1 counters on it, and put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And then we have 2 copies of Ondu Sky Ruins or Ondu Inversion. Can come into the battlefield tapped and produce a white source of mana if we need it, or we can destroy all non-land permanents. So yeah, this is a ramp deck. We're trying to do some obnoxious things with Scute Swarm. Llanowar helps us ramp, Lotus helps us ramp and color fix. Finale of Devastation is a nice finisher. Llanowar Visionary helps us ramp, draw cards. Scute Swarm, it just gets out of control really quickly. Every time a land enters the battlefield, and we're going to be wanting to put multiple lands in per turn. Luminous Broodmoth is our protection from board wipes and whatnot. You know, most of our other creatures besides her don't have flying, so when they die, they come back as the same creature, but with flying. So, for instance, if we have a Llanowar Visionary out and he gets killed, he comes back. We get to draw another card, and he comes back with flying. Oracle of Mul Daya. I only have 1 copy of this. I might run more, but for 4. We have enough ramp where I don't really. It's something that we want to play later in the game, anyways. But helps us, keep playing cards off the top of our library, so we can trigger our Scute Swarm some more. Vizier of the Menagerie is another way of getting cards off the top of our library. Onto the 5-drops. The Elspeth Conquers Death is a great removal spell, helps us protect our board from board wipes and other shenanigans, and then also allows us to recur threats later on and bring them back stronger than they were before. Majestic Myriarch also synergizes very well with this deck, because if we have a bunch of Scute Swarms and other stuff out here that has flying, vigilance, reach, trample, haste, all that stuff, he absorbs all those, and it's very easy for us to have an 80-80 or 150-150 3/4 of the way down here with flying, trample, haste. It's pretty retarded. And if he gets picked off, we just bring him back with Elspeth. The other nice, nifty little combo with this, Ashaya, Soul of the Wild, makes all of our creatures forest lands, so we can consistently keep triggering Scute Swarm over and over and over and over again. Also, another trick is if we have a Ashaya on the board, we can run an Ondu Inversion and destroy all of our creatures and all non-land permanents, and they come back. Or I'm sorry, they're not killed at all because they're forests, because Ashaya makes them forests, so we can safely do an Ondu Inversion, and our creatures will remain. Elder Gargaroth is also a more card draw and helps us stabilize with a little bit of life gain. Also helps us spread our board presence if we need to, so we can create more creatures for Majestic Myriarch. Vivien Reid kind of ties everything together, allows us to either look for lands or creatures depending on what we need. Her -3 also is a little bit of defensive, and if we can get her -8 off, that's usually game over for our opponent. And then also running 1 copy of End-Raze Forerunners. Once again, if we have 35 Scute Swarms on the board and we play an End-Raze Forerunners, it's not too good for our opponent. Yeah, so that's basically the deck. Let's hop into some games. Let's see how we do. We're just going to be doing regular play today. Excuse me. Maybe. All right, Black Dragon is our first opponent. All right. Oh. All right. Well, I was gonna say that was a keepable hand. I would have played the Turntimber on turn 3. Anyways, well, we'll never know. All right, let's try this again. Alright, this is an interesting one. We have no white source, but we have a Llanowar Visionary, we have plenty of ramp with Llanowar Elves and Lotus Cobra, and we actually have an Ashaya. So we will keep this. We'll lead off with the Forest into a Llanowar Elves. Hello? Uh-oh. Could be, could be red-green, aggro, or mono-red. Mono-red. Very nice pickup. As usual, you know, red gets all the most ridiculous cards for their cheap. Okay, so let's do Llanowar Visionary, draw a card. See if we can get any burn out of our opponent's hand. Fanatical Firebrand. Haven't seen that card in a minute. Yeah. I think I'm good here, because once we play our ooh, nasty. It's fine. You got something else? Oh yeah, he can take the counters away from Steamkin. Alright. Okay, are you done? No, he's not done yet. Okay. Alright. Now. Let's play Lotus Cobra. We will drop a land. A forest. Play another Lotus Cobra. This comes in as a creature. This comes in as a creature. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's add a forest here. Let's play the Gargaroth. Okay. Cry every time. Mono red. Trying to have some fun today, nothing competitive. Let's try it again. Anytime now. All right. Rat Pack. No green source. We will have to mulligan, unfortunately. Excuse me. This looks a little bit better. We'll keep this. We will drop a Myriarch. The Liliana sleeve, very nice. Oh. Go ahead and play this. Llanowar Elves. Grixie. Uh-oh. Thought Erasure. Agonizing Remorse. Thoughtseize. Ooh, Self-Mill. Rise of the Dark Realms. That's not good. So this is a reanimation deck. Well, we do pick up our other land, which is nice. We'll go ahead and play out our Llanowar. So ramping, milling, and let's see what he's got. Ooh, Crater Hoof. Okay. A lot of land. A lot of land in the graveyard. Okay, you can do Unburial Rites. Bring back his Crater Hoof. But we can just exile it. No, still not. Okay, I don't know of any reanimation spells that he can use for 3, so we might be okay. He is running that Rise of the Dark Realms too. I think it's like 8 or 9. Still nothing. Very interesting. So I think we'll do this, and we'll search for a plain since we have plenty of forests. Balance it out. Okay. We can't cast this at instant speed, so I think we just go in with everything. Blocks the Llanowar Visionary. Yep. I'm trying to think. I mean, if he brings back the Craterhood, that's 7, 8, 9 damage. I'm not really worried about that. And then we can just Elspeth. Stitcher Supplier again. That Hornet Queen. Ooh, Massacre Worm. Nasty. Okay. Maybe without putting. Oh, look at that. It's a lot of creatures. A lot of creatures. What are you gonna do? Well, maybe we'll get one win today. Any time now. That was another one of those decks. There's not really much we could do there. All right. 3-lander vision. We'll keep it. Whoa. Whoa. Wow. Well. Oh, treasure hunt. Love it. Yeah, this is, I don't know which version this is. There's the blue-black where you have Awaken the Ernstwhile and discard your hand, create 25 2/2 black zombie creature tokens, and then you run 1 Thassa's and win the game. Okay. Let's do green. Run Menagerie. I think we have to get this Elder Gargaroth out immediately. Oh, I guess he probably already has the Thassa's Oracle. Add a green. Not really sure what that was. I thought he had it. Okay, let's hop into another one. Munra. Do we mulligan this? I think we do. Prefer to have a white source. Okay. So we'll keep this. We will drop 1 Llanowar Visionary. And we will play... Let's play the Temple Garden tapped. Yes, buddy.
I wanted to ask, do you know what to do with spark canisters?
I do not.
Sorry.
It's okay. Okay. Let's get out the Lotus Cobra. Shock. Cool. If I play... So let's do Lotus Cobra again. And let's play Ondu Inversion. Doesn't matter which one we pick. Ooh, feather deck. Disgusting. I think what we're going to do, we're going to Fabled Passage. We'll search for a forest. We'll do another white. Let's Elspeth her before he can do anything else. If this is a straight feather deck, it can get out of control very quickly. He is running white though, so he could have enchantment removal, or he could just have another feather, of course. 4, 5. Let's play out the Llanowar Visionary. Doesn't really matter. White. Pass. He's going in, okay. Ugh, disgusting. Three, 4, 5, 6. What's the move here? Let's play out a Lotus. Play out our Oracle. 3, 4, 5. I have to wait on this, right? I doubt he'll be blocking with Krenko. Yeah. Could see a Deafening Clarion here, but then he would hit his own Krenko. Defiant Strike. That's not good. The next turn we can play out our Luminous. Cool. Just gonna go in with everything here, because now we don't care if we lose it. It's great. Perfect.
You winning?
No, but it's okay. Cool. Yeah. We will add green, white, and 3, 4, 5. Now, surely he probably has another feather, so that's already 2 feathers. He is running white, so he could have Elspeth Conquers Death. Or that. And that's all she wrote. All right, my friends, that's all I've got for you today. Unfortunately, today was not our day. We just got our ass kicked the entire time. But feel to reach out to me in the comment or the chat and tell me what you would change about the deck, add, take out. Always interested in improving those type of things. Just a fun deck today. But we'll leave you with that, and I just want to say once more, if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. It's free to you, helps us out so much. Drop me a comment, talk about strategy, deck ideas, misplays, and if you have any friends or family that are into Magic, please share the channel with them. And don't forget, if you're going to be a new follower or subscriber on either my YouTube or Twitch channel, just reach out to me in the chat or the comment, and I can respond to you with an in-game code that you can use in Arena to unlock a mystery gift from Wizards. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.